Hello everyone, this is Mark from Digital Home Systems. I hope you're doing well. Today we have another little short video that also acts as a tutorial video and also a demonstration video. This has actually been requested by one of our clients. And essentially, that's why you don't see our little relay box here, because it's for a specific purpose. So primarily what we're actually going to be doing today is we have shown you previously a video regarding actually getting Lilin cameras into a Fibaro HC3 system, same with the HC3 Lite. So this is just a normal Lilin turret camera, not their top of the range ones, not their bottom of the range ones, essentially your midpoints in the system. And essentially what we're going to be actually doing is getting its built-in motion sensor into the Fibaro system. So to do that, we have to first do a couple of things. Just pause here for a sec, doesn't need change. So firstly, we actually add the Lilin camera into our interface, into our Fibaro controller. That's done in the previous video. There should be a link somewhere below in order to actually get that. Secondly, we need to add in essentially our device that we want to actually actuate for this to show an actual physical connection. For this purpose, I've actually just connected up a little water valve control. As you can see, it's currently listed as garden. So if I actually just toggle that itself, you'll be able to hear it in the background and you'll be able to see it later on visually. A little worrying for it. Now, something you do actually need to add to get this to function in order for you to actually be able to, get rid of false positives and so on, is a virtual motion sensor. This is a quick app file, so it isn't your standard actual sensor inputs. In order to get this, feel free to actually contact me via email. I can just send you through the file, as well as any of the other information that's actually required for this. My email will be at the end of this video. So how do we actually get this currently running in? So what we need to do is we need to actually connect up to our camera. As such, I've already connected up to my camera. We need to do the following. So go to settings, make sure you're on the advanced settings for it. It's different for every camera. These cameras, the turret ones that I'm currently running, which is this model directly here, doesn't have an advanced settings menu, and as such, you don't need to change that option. Firstly, you need to go to Smart Event, go to motion detection, and ensure that your motion detection is actually on. You can, of course, clean the area for it as well in order to get rid of areas you don't want to get detection. As an example, if this is mounted to your front door and you specifically want to actually see anyone in the front of your property and not actually the road itself to get rid of false triggers, you can, of course, just hide these areas. This is actually just off to the right of me, and as such, you can see me just pop up, and yeah. So once that's been activated, you'll also see that whenever motion gets detected, a little M will pop up the top left-hand corner of the screen. As you can see, there you go. So that means motion is actually being detected. Secondly, what we need to do is set up notifications, specifically HTTP post service notifications. So what essentially these will do is when motion is detected, we'll actually send off a command to our system. So firstly, we need to set it up so it's actually detecting motion. Simply just click on one, change the name to it to, let's just say, Fibaro motion detected, or just Fibaro detected, whatever you want for it. The naming for it doesn't actually affect the output. Have the IP address of your home center controller. So mine is 10.0.0.88, as you can see there. The post port address stays as is. You do need to change the account and the password to being your actual home center's password. So your home center 3s or lights. Mine by default still is set to admin, so I set it like that. Do note though, that if you do have special characters in your password, you will run into an issue. As it's recommended that you do not put any special characters in there, as we do know that percentage, @ symbols, and the AND symbols also cause issues. Then, in regards to this actual little JSON thing down here, get rid of it. And what we need to do is change this HTTP post URL. Now, I do actually have a file for it. So firstly, we need to have reached one. And simply paste it in here. Now, what we need to change in this is going directly to my device, and simply pressing a pre-made button I've made for it. We need the device ID. Device ID for our motion sensor is 21. So if I go back in here, set this to 21. I press the wrong thing. Set this to 21. Scroll down and press OK. Get rid of those, get rid of that. As you can see, we currently have Fibaro detected and we've got a new line for it. Then you set it up so it's actually in safe mode instead of just being detected. So once again, Fibaro safe. The IP address, changing our username and password, getting rid of the JSON code, and then putting in our URL for it. Now, I'm just going to get it directed to being the safe command. And once again, our address is 21. Done. Once again, scroll down and press OK. Now, we have actually set both of our commands for it. So we have our detection command and our safe command. Now what we actually do is set up the motion event for it to actually send those commands. To do that, you go to Smart Event. And now under this, we have Smart Event and Motion Detection. So motion detection is enabled, so that's all good. We don't have to do anything in here. We simply go to Smart Event. Now, from here, we do Add to add a new event. We have to enable our event and then name it. So once again, we can just do it Fibaro detected. And then set our conditions. So first condition can be motion on. We need to set the detection time for being however long we want it to be actually detected before we'll send the rule. And sleep time for it. I have a tendency of putting in sleep time as being 5 seconds, so you don't keep on getting re-triggers for them. And then we need to change the trigger type. By default, you'll see network detection. Scroll down to motion detection instead. Trigger this to be enabled, and then have this set to 1. This is confirmed that motion is being detected. We can then go to our schedules. By default, it's set up for all time. You can, of course, actually have different listings for this. So if you only want it to be nighttime or daytime or specific times and specific days, feel free to change how the schedule works for it. However, for demonstration purposes, I will leave this as is. Next, we want to go to action. So in here, you'll see this FTP, SMTP, push settings, and then HD post services. We want to click edit here, and we want to choose what we want for it. So as you can see, this Fibaro detected, click that, and just press add. As you can see, it'll add in a new action. Then we just scroll down and do save the event. Apply. And now we have a Fibaro detection event. So that's been set up. Now we want the safe command. So if I click add here again and just do the reverse, so enable this, Fibaro safe, motion off. Once again, set our sleep timer, change it from being network to motion, enable this, and now set the value to 0 instead. So no motion is being detected. Once again, not going to fiddle with the schedule. Go into action, choose our post action we want. And instead of doing detected, we want safe, and click add. So once it's done there, press save to that event and press OK. And now what we do is go back to the Fibaro. So now if we just go back to our user interface, the motion sensor has already been set up. I always set up a very basic scene on the back end for it. So when motion gets detected, it actually just controls our valve. As such, if I was just to go back to our other interface, as you can currently see, the water valve is closed, but if I wave my hand in front of the motion detector, the valve will open. And now that motion has stopped being detected, it'll actually close again. You can, of course, set up your normal timers. Okay, we should stop talking while it's doing that. You can actually set up your normal timers in there as well. So you can have it specifically so it'll only trigger if motion is being detected for a certain amount of time. So how this all works in the user interface, of course, if I just wave my hand in front of it, as usual, it triggers. As you can see, motion is being detected. Motion stops getting detected, and then I have a little timer inside of my scene. I hope you have found this video informative. If you have any questions or need any of the files from today's presentation, feel free to contact me at mark@dhsys.com.au. If you do want a full list of the cameras that are actually compatible with this integration, also feel free to contact me at mark@dhsys.com.au as well. For any general inquiries, feel free to contact office@dhsys.com.au. Take care.